I think a lot of people have forgotten the value of nature and just walking around and getting away from people, computers, and everything that we are so tied up with every day. One of the things I like about this area is there's just nothing here except nature and snakes. Snakes are okay though, they don't bother me most of the time. This is nice. We're on the edge of a pond here. This is the same pond where I planted pine trees a few weeks ago. Actually, the pine trees are right over in there. I'm going to try and make my way to them, but to get over there, you have to go across this creek. I'm not sure how I can do that. It's really nice out here. Over in the distance, I think you can probably see my brother and his Pioneer. He was over there fishing. I don't think he got anything. The wind's blowing a little bit too much for fish to bite today. Somewhere in one of these trees, there was a giant eagle nest or owl nest. I'm not sure which it is. I'm trying to find it and I don't see it now. Oh, this is pretty cool. I'm not sure what sort of flower this is, but that's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen one just like that. Let's see if it's alive. Nope, apparently this fell out of a tree. Isn't that a neat flower? Huh. There's no sign that people have ever been here. It's just beautiful. And that's one of the things on our property that we emphasize. If you've ever heard the saying, leave no trace, that's one of the things we say. If you come to the property, whatever you bring in with you needs to go out with you. Don't leave candy wrappers, don't leave trash, don't leave shell casings, don't leave any indication you were ever there. We want it to be as wild as possible to promote the growth of wildlife. And I think we've done a pretty good job. It's really, really nice. See if we can get down here across the creek. Maybe I won't get snake bit. I really don't think snakes are out right now. I may be wrong. I haven't seen any this time, but I saw one when I was planting the trees a couple of weeks ago. But we've had a cold spell, so I think snakes have gone back into their holes. At least I hope so. See if we can get across here without busting my butt. There's deer tracks. You can see where deer have come down this embankment. Hopefully me being here won't scare off any deer that have been here. You can see deer tracks right there where they've been down in this mud. They come down to drink in this river or this creek. And I think there's a beaver down here somewhere also. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the evidence of it. So let's try and get across here. I don't know if I'm brave enough to walk this. All right, this feels solid. Let's see if I can get up this log. Come on, almost there. Awesome. Hey, I did it. All right. Cool. That was fun. One of the things I enjoy about being outdoors is to go and explore somewhere where people don't normally go. You see things you don't normally see. It's really neat what's in nature that we never recognize or never notice when we're not looking for it. Okay, I fell and slipped and busted it, but I recovered. That's why I had to break the scene up. Anyhow, I'm on the other side of the creek. And that creek feeds that pond. Let's see if we can get up here. See if I can make it up without falling again. I'm not wearing my normal boots. My regular boots have grips. I wouldn't have fallen like that. But these boots I've got on, they don't have much grip. They have flat soles. Okay. See if I can get up here. Yell if you see a snake. All right. Okay, I'm back up on the edge of the field where I planted those pine trees a couple of weeks ago. Let's go see how they're looking. The grass has grown a solid foot since I was up here last. Where are the pine trees? There's a pine tree. Oh, he's doing really good. Where's another one? There we go. Doing great. Oh, the pines are looking really nice. Yeah, I think these guys have... You notice how this pine tree has budded out about that much? That's what you want to see. When you first plant pines, or pretty much any tree, when you put them in the ground, you're going to shock their roots. So what you want to see after about 2 weeks is that they've actually started growing new roots and they're branching out, and that's what we see right here. Here's another example right over here. Here's a beautiful tree. You see the buds on the very top of it, about that high? See that? That's perfect. That means these trees are really healthy. They're doing good. They're getting the right mixture of sunlight and rain, and they're in good soil. Plus, nothing's been grown here for probably, I'm gonna guess maybe 30, 35 years. There's been no crop or anything else grown here. This has just been an open pasture area. Here's another one. You see this one? That's a great example. Look how much that one's grown. That one's grown the length of my finger, which is what, about 4 inches, just since I put it in the ground. These trees are just thriving right here. They're doing excellent. This time next year, these trees will be probably 4 to 5 feet high. There's another one right here. You see how high the buds are right there? So I'm very happy the trees are doing great. So this time next year, if you're over there at the other end of the pond, you won't be able to see anything in this pasture because these trees will be so high. I mean, you won't be able to see past the pasture. Now here's a tree that's still alive, it looks like. You see how it's slanted? That's where a deer hit it, or somebody or something rolled over it. And since nobody comes out here except me, I'm pretty sure a deer stepped on this tree. And that's gonna happen. Here's another one. You can see how much this one's grown. It's grown about that much, which is about 2/3 of a finger. So these guys are doing great. I'm really happy with how well they've done. This is apparently really good soil. Here's one more example. See this one? That one's grown that much in roughly 3 weeks. That's a little bit longer than my finger. See if you can get really up close and see that. In 3 weeks, so they're doing great. All right, now let's get out of here. You see this thing? That's what you don't want in your pasture. If you see it, you want to kick it over, kill it. Because these things grow like wildfire. So you want to knock over all those you see. That's called a thistle, and they're terrible for your pasture land. Check out my pine trees. Let's see, me and my brothers planted these year before last. They're planted in really sandy soil. Normally they would be a little bit higher than this. They'd be about 2 feet higher. I think it's because they're on the side. They're on the edge of this gravel road, and for probably 50 years people have been putting gravel on this road, and the gravel just washes down onto the hillside. But still, they're doing great. This time last year, these trees were about that high. So let's see, they would have been about up to about there. So they've doubled their height in the last year. And if you look at the very top, you see this amount of growth right here. There's about a foot of growth. That's grown in the past probably month and a half since the weather started to change a little bit. So these trees are doing great. They're going to gain about 3 to 4 feet over the summer. Right now it's April 26th or 27th of 2021. I think by the end of the summer, they're going to gain maybe 3 to 4 more feet. Pine trees go through 2 big growth cycles every year. They go through a nice growth cycle at the beginning of spring, which lasts until the main heat of the summer comes in. Then in the fall, when you see the heat of the summer start to fall off, they go through another growth cycle, which lasts until winter hits. So you get 2 good growth cycles a year, but these are looking beautiful. We've lost some. We planted some out here that just haven't come up, and it's because the grass has gotten so high. We didn't spray these trees. We just put the trees in the ground and let nature do its job. But anyhow, they're doing really good. Here's one right here that I planted. I had one that I didn't think would survive, and I planted it. Look what it's doing. It's doing great. Hey, Ringo. And that's Ringo. What you see? What you see, Ringo? Go find a wild pig. It's really nice out here today. Right now it's about, let's see what time of the day it is. It is 7:20 p.m. Perfect time of the day for a nature walk. Go home, Ringo. Here's an update on the trees. It's been a little over a month now since we got them planted. There's how sweet gum looks. And the tree line goes just like that. So this whole line I'm in is sweet gum. And this row over here is something different. It's not sweet gum. Let's see if I can find a good one. There's one right there. Oh, excuse me, here's another one. Let's find another one to look at, a better example. Here's a beautiful tree right here. I'm not sure what the species is, but it's really nice. They're coming out really good. I'm very pleased with how they look. Here's another one. It's amazing. Spring hit, and these trees just took off. Now, if I can just get people to stay off the tree rows for a year, you know, they'll be about that high, hopefully. Here's another tree. They came and sprayed early last week. You probably can't see it on the camera, but the rows now are sort of dark where they sprayed the grass. They sprayed grass killer. And it'll kill the grass, but it won't get down to the roots of the tree. There's another pretty tree. So hopefully a year from now, we'll have a really nice tree crop. Here's one. That one came out really good. Some of these trees grow like wildfire, but some of the oak grow really slow. It'll be 30 years before the oak crop is ready to harvest. Sweet gum and some of these other oaks are will be ready a lot before that. Along the creek bank over here, not the creek, but the river bank, they planted mostly sweet gum because they grow very fast and they'll help stabilize the riverbank. We've been having a problem that the